What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on PLTR stock. First of all, brief summary about this company. Palantir Technologies builds and deploys software platforms for the intelligence community in the United States to assist in counterterrorism investigations and operations. The company provides Palantir Gotham, a software platform for government operatives in the defense and intelligence sectors, which enables users to identify patterns hidden deep with datasets ranging from signals intelligence sources to report from confidential informants, as well as facilitates the handoff between analysts and operational users, helping operators plan and execute real-world responses to threats that have been identified within the platform. It also offers Palantir Foundry, a platform that transforms the ways organizations operate by creating a central operating system for their data and allows individual users to integrate and analyze the data they need in one place. And for now, their total market cap is $43.81 billion. They have a revenue of $1.09 billion with a net income of negative $1.17 billion. And they have very good revenue growth related to their market cap, and it is 47.15% year over year. And in one of my previous videos, I made a research, and this negative net income is nothing else than the result when the company pays to their employees. And basically, it is very good for the company that they can afford this type of spendings of their money in order to enhance the team spirit in this company. And they have a total cash of $1.01 billion with a total debt of $456.86 million. And their current ratio is 3.74, and it is highly above required for majority of investors 1.5 mark. And here we have an article that was published on April the 9th. And it's titled Palantir, ARK is buying, I'm buying. New contracts have wet ink and two new sectors could be on the horizon. And this article was written by Stephen Fiorio, and he has 36 years of experience in investing. And let me quote you the summary. Palantir continued to expand their relationship with the US government as several new contracts have been signed under the Biden administration. Palantir has invested in Sarcos and Lilium, which could be the future of aviation and robotics. Doors may be opening for Palantir to create software infrastructure for two new industries. ARK Invest and Cathie Wood continue to add aggressively to their position in Palantir. I continued adding to my position in Palantir as this has the potential to become one of the best opportunities in the 2020s. And I will put the link on this article in the description below so you can read it by yourself. And let me quote you the conclusion of Mr. Fiorio's article. If I wasn't bullish enough, I'm even more bullish on PLTR today. When I listen to Mr. Karp's interviews and look at what PLTR is creating, I'm in agreement that it will become the world's most important software company. I'm in PLTR for the long haul and plan on holding my position into the 2030s and adding to my current shares when I can. This is one company I do not mind cost averaging up with. PLTR continues to expand its relationships with the US government, sign new commercial contracts, and is now making that I believe to be strategic investments in the industries of the future. We know that evolution is continuous and things don't stay the same. The more I look into what PLTR is doing, the more I believe this will turn in one of the best opportunities of the 2020s. And I am totally agree with Stephen Fiorio. In my opinion, it is one of the best companies. And as you can see, here is the cathysark.com, and this website follows all the buys and sells of ARK investment. And as you can see, we are on ARKK fund, and the recent buy was made on April the 7th, and they bought more than 1 million shares. And basically, as you can see, they only added their position during last month. And as you can see, we are on the Palantir website, and here we have a bunch of news, and the recent news that was published after my previous video. It is here. Palantir selected by the National Nuclear Security Administration for 5-year, almost $90 million contract for SAFER project. As you can see, they are signing more and more contracts with the US government, and they are expanding their relationships with the US government, and they expanded their presence in different industries. And basically it is a good fundamental for this company. And let me show you institutional investors of Palantir Technologies. Here you can see from the beginning of April we have more green lines than the red ones. We have only one red line. It is a flagship private wealth, and they closed their position. And let me show you how many shares did they sell. A little bit more than $15 million. It is rather good stake of the company, but in my opinion they are only one company among the others. And as you can see, here we have almost $326 million in value that was added to this company. And basically more green lines indicates that the majority of institutional investors are still buying, and it is very good sign for the company. And let me show you insider trades of PLTR, and here we have some concerning information. As you can see, Alexander Karp at the beginning of April have multiple filings, and as you can see, some of them are sale of their stock, and it might be very concerning and very stressful for other investors, because one of the key player on this field, he is partially selling his stocks. And let me show you this article. It was published on Yahoo Finance on April the 9th, and it titled "Should shareholders be concerned about the stock-based compensation and insiders selling at Palantir?" And here's 3 key points. Palantir executives have been selling heavily. The reliance on this stock-based compensation could cause dilution. Third one, if the high growth that is forecasted actually occurs, it would offset the dilution. And basically I will put the link on this article in the description as well, so you can read it by yourself. But the main idea of this article is that insiders might sell their stock-based compensation. And here is some information about stock-based compensation. There is likely a few reasons for Palantir to favor SBC, it means stock-based compensation, over the salary. Firstly, compensation via stock is a great way to incentivize employees through ownership of what they create. Secondly, it's a non-cash expense, so Palantir doesn't technically have to outlay any cash to pay for these expenses. So its ability to generate cash flow from the operations is not hindered, and this would help the company to reinvest in itself. For example, below is how the top 3 executives' remuneration was split between salary, bonuses and stock awards for the year of December 2019. And as you can see, they have a majority of rewards made with the stocks, $8,276,709 compared to $105,000 in bonuses, and compared to a little bit more than 900,000 in salary. And this is the data for Alexander Karp for year 2019. And as you can see, they have absolutely the same ratio between president and chief operation officer and executive vice president. And basically it's normal for this type of company. And as you can see, this sell-off occurs at the beginning of April. And if we compare it with the price action, we don't have much volatility during this period. And before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. Well, as you can see, we are still hovering right above 0.65 level, and right here at the beginning of March we poked through and then immediately bounced back, and this means this level is extremely powerful as a support level for this stock. And for now, as you can see, we form all the 5 waves, but we don't have data for the first wave, and this was just my assumption, and for now this assumption is 100% legit, because we have this retracement from the top to the bottom is lower than this entire structure, and we cannot have the failed wave right here, because in this case we have to have impulsive wave to the downside, and this impulsive wave leads us to negative cost of this share, and it is impossible. That's why my assumption of this type of structure is 100% legit. So we hovering, as I already mentioned, right around these levels 0.5 and 0.618, and we are still very bullish. Let me show you on 30-minute time frame. As you can see, we have a good green volume all over the days, and this means we have more bullish sentiment than the bearish one. And in this case, I think you can add your position, if you haven't done this before, with this company right after you do your own due diligence with this stock. And let me show you the price targets. So with the assumption that we finished only first wave, we have to have third wave on a level of 1.618 extension from the first level. And this is only the first target, the most conservative target, with the assumption that we have to form the third wave. And from our entry point, we might have more than 260% to our primary target right here, about 254% to be honest. And this leads us to very juicy investment in this company, and in my opinion it is one of the best long-term holdings in your portfolio. So I think that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with the notification bell. In this case you won't miss my next video. See you guys and girls next time. Bye!